So I think I passed on some more specific instructions. Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Baseball coach J.J. Ortiz is with us. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Glad to have baseball again.
Oh, yeah, we're really excited and have baseball and on time.
In the spring,
yes, yeah. No, it's awesome.
Well, that's great. And you've had two weekend series already, 4-2 after those first two series. If you keep that pace up, you'll win 100 games this year.
There you go. Yeah, we started off in Hobbs, played Pewaukee, Santa Fe High, and then ended out with Cleveland, and went 2-1. We had our chances we lost to Cleveland, had our chances against them. We're up 4-1, and early in the year I limit pitchers. Try to limit pitchers just because it's a long year. We have 26 games, and we don't want to overuse anyone early, and so gradually work them into the season. And so we had our pitcher at a pitch count that game, and you know, sometimes a team can't hit one guy, and you bring another guy, and they start hitting him. It's just baseball. That's just how it is. And then we went down to Carlsbad. Kind of unique situation with the El Paso schools. They were allowed to use metal bats. I think that's how they were able to get them in the tournament. Being over here in southeastern New Mexico, we have kind of a hard time getting teams to come play in our tournaments, and so saw some really good competition. We lost to El Dorado, El Paso on Friday night, 8-6, and they only had 4 runs, so we helped them out in that. Helped them out with that, and then we talked after the game. We said, hey, you know, we don't help them out, we win that game, and then the next game we came and played really good defense. Josh Majid had an awesome day on the mound, and we hit the ball all over the place and beat Franklin El Paso, which is a 6A Texas school, 12-2. So, you know, our guys we're scoring a lot of points. We scored a lot of points in the last 6 games, and just want to continue that, and really proud of our guys, and they're working hard and doing things we want them to do. So.
Yeah, I think you're averaging 11 runs a game.
Yeah, that's really good.
23 in one game kind of helps that out a little bit. But,
yes.
Yeah, I heard the ping of the bat, one of their hits on Friday, and I thought, aluminum bats? I thought we were using wooden bats in New Mexico, so I guess that was how they got them in, apparently, to let them use those metal bats. And what's the biggest difference between the metal bat and the wooden bat, especially with the AstroTurf or the field turf?
You know, the metal bat has a wider sweet spot. So I would say a wooden bat has a sweet spot of about 4 inches. Well, a metal bat is double that or triple that, 12 inch, you know. And so if you hit a baseball wrong on a wooden bat, you're going to get like a slow roller. Well, if you hit it wrong on a metal bat, you're probably still going to get a hard grounder. And so and our infielders realized it right away. You know, the baseball was on them quick. And so that kind of was a little bit of our troubles on Friday night, or Friday afternoon. The ball was getting on us fast, and so you know, our guys adjusted, and we talked about those guys. They're going to use metal bats, and it's just how it is. And let's not worry about it. Let's just go play. And we had a really good compliment from the El Dorado coach, and he said, it doesn't matter what bat you guys use. You guys can hit the ball everywhere. And so, you know, that's good. I told our players about it. I said, let's just keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then came out on Saturday and 12 runs and hit the ball hard everywhere. Does that look to be a characteristic of this team, a really good hitting team?
You know what? These guys, I see it in practice. That they're hitting the ball all over the place, and I hope so. But, you know, it depends on who's on the mound against us. I mean, it depends on who we pitch against guys. I know Franklin threw their number 1 against Carlsbad, and Carlsbad lost that game 3-2. And then their coach, I talked to him before the game. He said, "Well, we have a lot of pitchers." He was bragging about his pitchers, and so their guy that they threw against us just didn't have that good of a day, and we took advantage of it. But pitchers have a lot to do with it. But yeah, our guys come out to practice, and we hit the ball really hard, and so we have some speed too this year. Oh, we've had speed every year, but we got a little bit more speed and really a lot of experience on the bases too. We have some guys that aren't our fastest guys, but are really good base runners, and so that helps.
Yeah.
And our pitching too is probably one of our strengths with 4 lefties.
Yeah, you just don't see a lot of that. You might see 1 or maybe 2, but you got 4. That's amazing. And that's another fun aspect of baseball, because you're always looking at matchups, right-handed pitcher versus right-handed batter. But when you get a lefty on the mound, they obviously can see first base a little differently than a right-handed pitcher. And the high school batters tend to hit better against right than left, or what have you kind of experienced, or it doesn't really matter?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, the lefty on lefty matchup is tough for left-handed hitters, depending on the hitter, depending on the pitcher. I mean, we don't see that many left-handed pitchers, and so for us to have 4 that are really good, it's just unique, and I think a lot of people know that throughout the state and are talking about it, and so yeah, it just depends. But baseball is it's a tough sport. It's complicated at times, simple at times, but we love it. So
yeah, we were watching the George Carlin bit from years ago where he discusses the differences between football and baseball, and I don't know, you probably
I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, he says baseball's played in a park, football's played on a gridiron. Football, you wear a helmet. Baseball, you wear a cap.
Right.
It's kind of a funny bit, but it can be a weird game, just depending on how things go. Sometimes snowball effect happens, and you can't stop it. You can't slow it down. You can't get that third out, or can't get that extra hit, and so you get. That's why you play a lot of games, and you don't worry so much about losses every game or winning every game, because it's a long season.
Yeah, and we talk to our players about that. I say I love baseball because it prepares you for life. You might have a really good day, 4 for 4, and then the next day 0 for 4.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how life is. You might be going really good, and then something bad happens. How are you going to respond to it? So our kids, they're probably sick of hearing it from me, but I tell them, hey, this is how life's going to be. How are you going to respond to the ups and downs, and that's what we really work on. How do we respond to striking out? How do you respond to making an error? How do you respond to making a really good play? Got to stay even kill and play one play at a time. And so,
I mean, was it the Friday game? The center fielder slams into the wall, and then an inning or so later comes in and pitches. So
right, yeah, no, he's a tough kid, and I went out there. I said, then our left and right fielder, they're saying, "Coach, we're yelling wall," and he said, "I thought I could get it.
Yeah,
I thought I could get it." And so he went, and that's a little difference with the bat too.
Yeah,
that guy hit a home run that I don't know if it's landed yet, and then he came back and hit another one off the wall, and it just exploded off the bat.
Yeah,
and so
you
wouldn't have seen that type of hit with the wooden bat.
That's probably been the biggest change since we went to the wooden bats, is that you saw a lot more home runs and a lot more hits out of the park, and now that's kind of kind of tamped it down just a little bit. Everything kind of stays in the park. So
Yeah, I think before, home runs were in the high teens, 20s, and shoot, the highest one we've had is four
Yeah.
with five in one season.
yeah.
And so,
But two in the Hobbs series had 2 home runs.
yeah, that was exciting.
They were on the JV field. Was
Yeah.
the JV field a shorter wall?
No, it's about the same.
Yeah.
Garrett Fisher hit a home run, and Davey Molina hit a home run, and so, yeah, not surprised. I see it in practice. So.
Yeah. So we might see a few more. You got a young team this year, or you had kind of a little bit?
We have 3 seniors. We have a pretty big group of juniors. We have a 4 or 5 sophomores, and then we have some freshmen that are up helping us. And so it's a mix of. Last year we had 8 seniors, and so that's a little different. It's kind of my first year we had 3 seniors.
Mm-hmm.
The next year we had 12 seniors. Then the following year we had 3 seniors. And then 8 seniors. Now 3 seniors.
3.
So it's kind of like a little trend that's,
Yeah.
what they say, history repeats itself.
Yeah. Deja vu all over again. That's
Yeah.
another famous baseball phrase there, I think, or from a famous baseball person. You got the tournament this weekend here in town, and got some pretty good competition coming in for
Yes, sir. We lost some teams. They wanted to go to some other tournaments, and so we picked up Carlsbad, Clovis, and Goddard, which those schools are always really good at baseball. Santa Teresa, we played them in the quarterfinal last year. Los Alamos is coming. I think they made it to the quarterfinals or semifinals last year. No, yeah, quarterfinals. And Moriarty's coming, and Belen, which is Belen's having a pretty good season. We saw them we didn't play them, but we saw them in Hobbs, and so, yeah, good tournament. Going to be able to see a lot of good teams play. So.
Yeah, and now it starts Thursday. I think 10 o'clock is the first game.
Yes, sir.
Is there a tournament pass, or people just buy a ticket on a game-by-game basis?
Yeah, just I think if you buy a ticket, you can stay and watch all the games. I don't know that for sure, but
Yeah.
I don't think
they cleared the stadium. So.
Yeah, so no, it'll be good. Come and watch a lot of baseball, and we'll play at 7 on Thursday night against Los Alamos.
Okay.
So.
And then next week you go up to Rio Rancho for their tournament, play Cleveland again.
Yep, right away. And 11 o'clock against Cleveland, and we always brag about our schedule. We always have a really good strength of schedule, and that's how we want it. So we don't get mad at them putting us against Cleveland and Hobbs or in Rio Rancho. That's what we want. Mm-hmm. We want to play these better teams to prepare us for the season, and so we always play them tough too. We're playing them pretty tough in Hobbs and for 3 or 4 innings, but we'll give them a better game this next time. And we like going to Rio Rancho because it prepares us for the state tournament. Mm-hmm. We go up there and we kind of have the same schedule as if we were going to play a playoff game or a state playoff game, and so that helps our guys get prepared for that. So when we do go up there, they're like, oh, we've done this, we're ready for this, and so it really helps us.
And that's a nice ballpark there at Rio Rancho.
Yes, sir.
Is it all turf now, or did they?
It is all turf except for the mound.
Except for the mound, because for a while there it was just the infield, and the outfield was natural grass. But now they've done the artificial.
Yeah, and it's a lot faster turf than our turf.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of beaten down a little bit, and so the ball moves a lot faster on the ground.
So you got to be ready for that. And,
Yeah.
and people think, well, they put the artificial turf in so you don't have to do any kind of maintenance on it, but the artificial turf still has to have some kind of maintenance, because you got to keep it fluffed up so that it doesn't get flat, and then you can also adjust the length of the blades of the grass, if you will, by the amount of pellets and everything you put in.
Yeah, and if you don't, we have a little, it's kind of like a broom that we pull behind our little side-by-side, and that helps to even it out. But yeah, if you don't put those little black pebbles, then the cleats can wear a hole in the turf, and so if you keep enough on there, then it keeps the cleats from getting down and making holes in it. And so on some of the schools that have turf for a while, you can see that they've replaced pieces of the turf, and it's different color, and that's how Rio Rancho's infield is. It's around the bases. It's a new turf, but then they kept everything else because it's not cheap to just replace it.
When you have going back to the play where the outfielder hit the center field wall, there's a different color turf, but is there anything done to help the player know that they're about to hit the wall?
No, that's what's tough. On our field there is.
Okay.
There's a transition, but not on Carlsbad's field.
Yeah.
It's all just one layer, but ours has a little bit lower transition.
Okay.
And you could see that when you go out there. We replaced our infield turf, but we didn't replace the warning track. And so the warning track's a little bit lower, different type of turf, but it's still, you need the other fielders to help you.
Yeah. Oh,
to help you slow down and communicate with you. But on a regular field, that there's dirt there, so you can feel that. It's still tough though when you're running full speed.
Sure. Oh, one other thing I want to ask you about the district schedule this year. It's Thursday, Friday. It's a 3-game series, but you're playing one of the games at one park, and then you're playing the other 2 games at the other park. Is that kind of the final adjustment, or
yeah?
we
went to a 3-game series in 2019, and the reason we did that is we were doing 2 doubleheaders, so we were playing
home doubleheaders, yeah.
And one team was getting better pitchers, and the other team was left with their 3 or 4 pitchers. So one team would have 1 and 2 pitchers, and the other team would have 3 and 4, just the way the district games ended up. And so we said, let's go to 3-game series so everyone has their 1, 2, and 3. And then we did that, and we flipped a coin, and we won the flip. And so we had 6 home games.
One year, yeah. I remember that.
And 3 away games. So we came back and we said, let's not do that. Let's keep the 3-game series, but let's divide it up where everyone still gets a home game, and then we'll flop it the next year. So this year we'll have 4 home district games and 5 away, and then us and Lovington, and then Portales and Goddard will have the 5 home games and 4 away, and then we'll flip it. And so everyone gets some home games, and we're still sticking with the 3-game series, so everyone has their 3 best pitchers or however they want to use it, and it makes the games more competitive, and then you get a better idea of who's the better team.
Sure. So
everyone has 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and it'll be on Thursday, Friday. So you'll have the 1 game on Thursday and then the doubleheader on Friday.
And we did Thursday and Friday because we got in a situation with Goddard last year where we had to make up a game. And so we left those Saturdays available. So if we had to, we'd make the game up right away. And so it wouldn't hurt us for the next games so we can keep playing.
That's right.
The situation with Goddard last year is they moved that game against Goddard to the last game of the season, and then we had to turn around and play a playoff game. Well, with both of us and Goddard, we had to pitch guys that we probably wouldn't have pitched, and so we didn't have some of our arms that we wanted to have for the quarterfinal and the semifinal. And so there's a lot that goes into all that.
Sure.
So
but now you've got Saturdays in case you've got a weather delay or something like that comes
Yes,
up.
sir.
You can make it up.
And we also have 9 district games instead of 12. We did that so we can go out and try to play other teams and not play so many district games. We're still going to get a good idea who's the best team in district, but that gives us an opportunity to play some of these other tournaments and try to play some teams that we think are going to win their district so we can set ourselves up for the criteria that the state has.
Yeah.
By beating teams that win their district.
There you go. It all helps, doesn't it?
Yes,
to
sir.
get that
Yeah,
better
definitely.
seed? Well, good. Well, we'll see you guys this weekend. Our plan is to have a camera out there for all the games so people can watch online if they can't make it to the games. And baseball tournament at Brainerd Park starts Thursday, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, just want to encourage everyone to come support the baseball team, and we're also going to have our concession open. And we weren't able to have it open last year, so the concession, and everyone loves that food, and
Oh, yeah.
and be sweet tea ready, and so really excited about this tournament, and just want to encourage everyone to come out.
Very good. Coach Ortiz, thank you so much for coming in. Look forward to talking to you every Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. We're going to take a quick break.